How are you? My name's Amanda. This is the Manda Made It Podcast. This is my second time recording this intro because I did not turn on the camera before. So let's see if I can remember all the things that I said before. All right. So I am also the owner and operator of Coastal Wool Washing. It's a small wool washing processing company in Westerly, Rhode Island. I do work with small flock farms and hand spinners who do not have the accessibility, for whatever reason, to scour and process their own fleeces. I do have some limitations because it is a one-person operation here, but it's going good so far. You can find me on Instagram as @Coastal Wool Washing, my Etsy shop where I also put up excess washed wool, sometimes bats, and also a Learn to Scour kit, which includes everything you might need to see if you actually want to scour wool in larger quantities, including the wool. So, yeah, go check that out if you have any interest. I also have a website, coastalwoolwashing.com, where if you want me to wash a fleece for you, that's where you can reach out to start that dialogue, and we can go from there. I am coming to you from Westerly, Rhode Island, where I live with my husband and my 2 children. And today's like October 15th. Chilly day out. Nice. I enjoy chilliness. It makes my heart sing when I'm not a big fat sweaty mess. This channel is here for me to share all of my fiber making joys. I have a lot of them, and I don't have a lot of people in real life that share the same things, although I am finding more and more online communities where I can at least have that interaction with people who know what the heck I'm talking about. So I do share my knitting, crocheting, spinning, sometimes weaving, sewing, and dyeing, various forays into cross stitch, and soon enough there will be some EPP, because of course there will be. Everybody and their mother is trying it out as the new thing, and now I'm going to try it. So there we go. Let's get started. I've got finished objects. I've got crochet and knitted finished objects. I've got all knitted works in progress, and then a few spinning projects, processing projects. It's at a certain step. So anyway, to start with, I have an almost pumpkin. So I guess it's not technically a finished object because I haven't completed the accessories on it. I did this as part of the Fossil Fibers Fall Along. And what she put out there this year was a lined granny square recipe. And so I made this with a mix of hand-spun and commercial yarns that I had that I didn't have a lot of. They were like more than scraps, but less than what I could do something like real, like make something other than this with. So I stuffed it with, what did I stuff it with? Oh, the yarn samples, which were like probably not even 7 or 8 inches long, that I got from Blackberry Ridge Fibers a couple years ago. And that's a lot of like yarn samples that they sent, because that's all that's in here. And yeah, I stuffed it. I did put a button on the back, pull some yarn through, and then put the yarn through the center of this granny square and pull it tight to create that divot. When I get some sort of stem-like thing, whatever that may end up looking like, this will be done. There's a variety of different yarns, hand spun. I mean, there's just a lot in here. I don't remember all of the information about them, but this was a really fun project and a way to use these up. I'll probably share the finished thing on Instagram. My second finished object is this. This is the Severin hat, I believe. I don't remember who it's by. I'll put it down on the corner. And I knit this out of, the blue is, something that came from Knit Crate, when I was doing their subscription. And the grayish color is a Cascade 220 that I had used in a blanket. It was really fun, quick to work up. My hair's up, so I'm not gonna try this on, but it was a really nice, I had a lot of larger projects on the needles, that I just need a little break. So I made this, and I'm very pleased with it. I really like the pattern. It's been in my queue for a very long time. So it's a lot of fun. I enjoy it. I highly recommend it. So if that looks interesting to you, go for it. My last finished object to share is a pair of socks. And if you follow me on Instagram, you have seen these socks, but they were kind of an exploratory pair for me to work on because I have been knitting socks the same way for a few years now. Toe up, vanilla socks. I don't just do vanilla socks. Toe up, however many rounds I need, and then a fish lips kiss heel, however many rounds I need, and a 1x1 rib cuff. So these socks were a experiment. I did a different toe. I don't know what the toe is called because it was the toe that was included in the Fleagle heel blog post that I used to do the Fleagle heel on this sock, which was an experiment for me. And I actually really liked it for the Fleagle heel sock, so I decided to do it on this one because I don't like toes. I don't like the wedge toe that I do, but it also has to be something that I don't have to pay too much attention to. So this one works really well for that. Now you can see the difference in these socks is in the height, and the length of the foot, even though I didn't do, this is one of the things is when you're doing different heels, you don't know fully how the differences work out, in real life. I had no idea really what the difference was. And I have to see for myself. I do have to see for myself. So you can see that the Fleagle foot, although all of the numbers are the same, is longer. And I knit the same amount of rounds between the heel and the cuff on these, but again, because of how the heel works, it's a different length. I don't know that the Fleagle heel is one I'm going to switch to, for a couple of reasons. One, and this may be because I am so comfortable with the Fish Lips Kiss, the Fleagle heel felt like it took a lot longer to do. However, they can both be done on my 9-inch circulars. I don't need to add any other needles or anything like that. Which, if I had to get super involved with it, I would not bother. Socks for me are vanilla, easy knitting. I memorize them and I can do them anywhere at any time. And I don't need anything else other than my sock knitting bag. And so, with that being said, the Fleagle heel, yes, I had to look at the instructions, which I didn't, I screwed those up a few times. I had to rip back. So, I don't know. I might try the Fleagle heel again, but it just didn't go, I didn't go whoa, I need to do this. The toe that I did with this, though, I have already implemented on my next pair. So, I can wear these both. They both fit. The Fleagle heel doesn't fit that well, but that's more of I need to figure out how to make it fit me well. thing rather than it just isn't gonna fit well. So I just don't know if I feel like taking the time to do that. So, you know, it is what it is, you know. It did remind me how much I like working with Hawthorne from Knit Picks. This is a Peach Melba colorway. I just really like this yarn for socks. It's got that same sort of, it's like thicker than, but same as like Opal and Regia, like those types of yarns. Like it's sturdy. It's not like working with, I have a merino, or I don't know what it is. I think it's a superwash merino nylon blend that's going in my next pair of socks that I'm just like, oh, this feels so flimsy. So, you know, we all develop our preferences, as mine is for sturdy socks. So those are my finished objects for now. I don't think that there's anything else that I was working on last time that I'm forgetting to show you. I don't know. I don't think it really matters. So we're just going to move on to whips. The first one I'm going to show you, I know I was working on last time. I could have had this done sooner, but I think I put it down for a little while. This is the Deren tee by Jacqueline Cieslak. I am on the bottom ribbing. Yes, this is a crop shirt. Yes, I am planning on wearing it with like dresses and skirts and like long high-waisted pants or over a tunic. Like, that's more my style. But I really, really am happy with how, if I can get these out, where the other one went. Oh. With how these two yarns are playing together. These were stash yarns, and I wanted to use them up as part of my stash down, and I think I am going to have enough to finish off the ribbing and the bind off, which is going to be great. So, and then the neckline, I have another skein of the lace weight, the yellow, and I'll just do the I-cord bind off on the neckline with that and held together, and it'll be fine. I am very pleased with it. I would make this again. I would most definitely make it in the longer style. But it's very comfortable and I'm excited to wear it. Like, I want to wear it. I've already had a couple days now where I've been like, man, this would be perfect for that sweater. So I have been working on it to try and get it done. My next project to show you, I did show you last time as well, and that is the Gansey sweater that I'm making for my husband. I am farther along. It's at, I think it's about 9 inches, maybe closer to 10 now. And I'm trying to get it up to 12 inches before I start the gussets and the chest patterning, as per what my husband has asked for. We've tried this on him, like, you know, set it where he wants the bottom to end and like measured and did things. So it's really just kind of stocking it, but it does hurt my hands a little more because it's a tight gauge. You know, it's being knit on size 1 needles, for a 5-ply yarn, frangipani. So anyway, it's trucking along. It'll get done eventually, sometime, probably for next year. That's okay though. He sees me working on it, so he knows I am working on it. Maybe not every day, but I am working on it. My next project. So this originally started out in the Jillian Neve Discord, the Socktober channel. Kind of like a lot of people started doing the Curio socks from Andrea Mowry. I was doing a Curio-esque sock. Basically, like, I know how to do a slip stitch pattern, and I just kind of figured it out from looking at the pictures. but I wasn't going to do a fleegle heel. I know the toe that I want to do, so I was doing that. I'll actually put a picture here of what it looked like. And it was really cute, but I don't, if I have to pay attention to socks, I'm not going to do it right, because socks are the thing I do when I'm not paying attention. They are, sorry about the glare, guys. I need my glasses today. Like, I was spending more time fixing mistakes I had made because I was busy watching my daughter's karate class, or having a conversation with somebody, or watching something else where I would forget to slip or knit right over, and it was a pain in the butt. So I frogged the one that I had started, and I just finished casting on both of the toes today for a vanilla sock using the same yarns. So these are just the 2 toes. I like to knit my socks concurrently, in tandem, but not like do the 2 at a time method with magic loop, because I don't like magic loop. So the 2 yarns I'm using is, this is a Regia, I think it's number 2488. And this is Cascade Heritage. I don't remember the color. Again, stash yarns. And these are the last 2 sock yarns in stash. After this, I don't have, and one other work in progress to show you, I don't have any more sock yarns in my stash, which is good, because I really want to be able to, like, want to work on a pair of socks and go pick something out that I want to work on in that moment, rather than look at something that was interesting to me 6 months ago or a year ago and be like, but I don't want to work on that right now. Being more intentional with my making. See how that works? It's crazy. So my last work in progress to show you is this. So this was originally going to be a pair of socks for my daughter. It is from a Regia Perfect skein. But she actually wants arm warmers. So I have to knit, when I measured out the length that she wants an arm, she wants 10 inches. And I don't know how far I am now. Let me get my, we're going to call it, I probably only got about 3 more inches to go on this, which can be fair, is going to be quick. So I will finish this one and then start the next one, and this is easy knitting again. And then that'll be it. So fun. I just did ribbing up until the yarn started to change, because as I said, I was gonna make these socks originally, so I was following the idea. And then I tried it on her arm just to see, like, how she felt about how the yarn felt, and she was like, oh, this is nice. I said, oh, so do you want me to just make these into arm warmers so I don't have to, measure your foot and all that? And she said yes. So yay. That is the last work in progress. And what's next? My spinning stuff. I have 3 current fiber prep projects that I'm working on. One, these are all going to be longer term projects because they are fiber prep and then work on. I have been working on my Rolag game. I said to somebody a few months ago that I don't like hand cards. And then I amended that to I don't use them enough to like them. And then I was like, I don't like when it bothers me when I hear people say that they don't like something, but they haven't made a really good effort at it. And when I hear myself say it, it really pisses me off. So I've been working on these Rolags, and I was really happy with what I was doing with some sampling. So once I got to that point of being happy, I was like, okay, I'm gonna really work at this. So I'm working on a Rambouillet Columbia cross that has heavy VM. So I'm doing the no fleece left behind method, found on here by BF Tamsin, I think is her channel name. And in the process of doing that, then I'm just carding it into a rolag after that. So it is a slow process. You may also note that some of these are slightly blue. This was also an experiment in indigo dyeing. I grew indigo this year, and I just kind of, like, one day decided I just needed to harvest, and I just needed to try it. So I did up a pound of this with that, and that's what I'm working on. The sample I spun of this, which is not immediately available to me, was so beautiful. So fluffy and light, and it's going to make a fantastic sweater sometime. So that is fun. I have 3 sets of carders. All of them came to me previously owned and not having been used in a very long time. So I am working through which ones I like. You know, I have a Clems and Clems one that's small, like the tines aren't super long. But I think it is a 72 TPI. And then I got 2 shocked ones that both have a 72 printed on the handle, but one of them very clearly looks like it has a different amount of tines on it. So I don't know if somebody replaced the carding cloth, but the carding cloth is much deeper on both of the shocked ones. So I don't know. It's been fun playing around. And getting these carders for really cheap compared to what they cost to get brand new. My other carding project is some Shetland, which is like, it feels like this is the absolute, like, it is working really well with these carders. It is short, staple. I mean, yes, there's texture, but it's so fluffy. And I'm spinning this for one of my farmers, for them to make a hat. I do not spin for customers, but this farmer gave me a bunch of free fleece, so I'm going to spin for them so that they can make a hat. It's not a super big time investment for that, and I absolutely want to pay them in some way. If they won't take money, then I will give them processed fiber. My third project is combing project, and I am, let's see if I am working on wool from Green County Wool. I had gotten a pound of her skirtings for myself to use, and I had gotten these to see how they would work for my scouring kit. And they worked really great. So right now that's what's in my scouring kits on my Etsy shop. Next I have some Wensleydale cross that I think will be going in there. But it's a beautiful CVM, all kinds of colors. I love it. And it's combing up so lovely. You know, it's like just these beautiful little combs. And it's actually like right now I really want to buy a hackle so that I can, you know, comb onto the hackle and then just be able to diz off bigger pieces of comb top. So, but we'll see. I have my eye on a couple, but I just don't know if I'm ready to pay for something like that when I'm going to a Fiber Fest in a couple weeks. So we'll see. One last thing I have to share. I will put some video up here, but I have a new addition to my shop, a new piece of equipment. It is a felting machine, a needle felting machine. And with this, I can create sheets of felt. So I have been practicing. I do not offer the service as of yet because I still need to just, you know, learn what I'm doing. But I have been able to make these felted bits out of some of my second chance bats. And, you know, it really is cool to see the process and to think of all the possibilities of things. This one is really fun. This one I made out of a bat with sari silk and Romney, maybe. But, you know, you can, with felted fabric, you can make slippers, bags, wallets, whatever. And I can take any bat and turn it into felt with this machine. And it just gives me another avenue for using up the waste wool from carding or combing, or even the wool that I skirt out that isn't maybe the best for spinners, but can be useful still in other ways. And one of the ways is as batting for quilting. This was just a little sample I did for myself with a piece of my felt. Yes, my thread is black and my fabric, it does not match my fabric. I am not a good hand sewer. I'm still new to it. And I wanted to see what the different ways of doing stitches was really going to look like. So that's why I did it that way. You know, I was practicing different ways and methods that I had seen. My next one, I think I'm going to use the applique stitch, since I actually watched how to do that rather than just kind of willy-nilly going around. But it is really cool to use my own felt in this. And I think I would like to make more. And also sell the felt, or if my farmers want to have their felt for their customers or their shops or whatever. I mean, you can make oven mitts, coasters, that kind of stuff. So it's a lot of fun. It was a big investment, but I think it's one that is going to be very worthwhile. That is kind of it for me right now. Life is busy, hectic. My daughter started a black belt club in karate. My husband started powerlifting at my urging. I powerlift. I was a powerlifter before the pandemic, and I just was able to get back up to 225 on my deadlifts. So my husband is now lifting and having a lot of fun with it. It's really nice to be able to share that hobby with him. And the other really cool thing I did yesterday, I will also insert some pictures and stuff at the end. I went to shearing school. UConn, University of Connecticut, they hosted the Connecticut Sheep Breeders Association to teach a class on sheep shearing. You know, shearing sheep is not something I ever was really like, do I want to do that? But you know, why not find out if I like it or if I can do it? Because that's another aspect of community in our local regional areas where we're severely lacking in sheep shearers. So I learned about the equipment. I learned about the process, the best practices and stuff. I also learned I don't want to do it for work. I do not want to shear sheep. It is hard. It is hard. And it is not a level of hard that made me want to do it again. It is, I don't have sheep. I don't plan on owning sheep. But it does give me a good bit of background information to better help my farmers, either who want to shear their own sheep or need to know a little bit better about what they're trying to do if they want to sell their fiber. So it gives me a really good knowledge, extra facet of knowledge to share. They were fantastic teachers. It was a really nice group of farmers that I was with. It was all women, and so that was a really cool experience too. You know, they were all farmers. I was the only one that was not a farmer. But it was just really nice to have that experience and know that I didn't have to do it again. that was really cool. So I really do suggest that if you get the opportunity to do something like that and you have any inkling of an interest, like, go try it. You know, I think the fee was $50. You know, that may or may not be accessible to you, but if it is, try it, because it's so worth it to just even get that extra bit of knowledge to learn, like, how to handle the animals, like how much skill it takes to shear a sheep, because it takes skill and practice, and like, oh, it is so humbling. It is so humbling. Yeah, with that being said, that's kind of all that's going on. I'm not going to say how often I'm going to be doing these episodes. I keep thinking I'm going to do it, every 2 weeks or something. That doesn't work out. So at least not right now. Yeah, I'm glad. Thank you for joining me. If you're still here, if you're new and you have any interest in continuing to see what I'm up to and what's happening with my shop and how a small wool business, evolves, go ahead and subscribe to this channel, because this is where I'll be sharing it, or come follow me over on Instagram, because that also is where I share a lot about my business and my making. That is much easier for me to find the time to post to. Anyway, thanks for joining me. Until I see you again, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Adios.
Now roll her head towards you a little bit as you come up, and you're going to get this side. That's the open part. Alright, now the contour of her body is changing.